Hi folks, welcome to your MWIS Friday Planner in association with Ellis Brigham. Now, after a dramatic week of weather, we're back in very cold conditions, terrain widely frozen, some hard frosts overnight, particularly in Scottish glens. Some snow and hail showers will be around at times, also some bright weather too through the weekend. Further snow likely at times onwards into next week as the next fronts start to move in from the Atlantic. That may be then just allowing temperatures to lift and some variations to occur after that. We'll start off with a run through the freezing level. This is starting on Saturday, and keep an eye on the date and time in the bottom of the chart. Widely frozen terrain then through the weekend. A bit of thawing up to 300 or 400 metres, typically confined to hills nearest the coasts. Inland areas for Scotland, Wales, Northern England, chances are that terrain is at least partly frozen down into the valleys. Similar story, very cold temperatures. Overnight lows could be down below -10 in the Highlands as we head onwards into the early hours of Sunday, and it's a very cold day once again. A high avalanche risk at the moment as well. It may be worth noting with the fresh snowfalls, some of that's been blown around, and some very unstable conditions in the snowpack, so just be aware of that one. Into the start of next week, all very similar, low temperatures, low freezing levels on Monday, and heading onwards into Monday evening and night, widespread hard frost forms once again. We then just start to see some changes developing as we head onwards into Tuesday, as some milder air starts to bump its way in from the southwest, but that gives that scope some snow as it arrives into the colder air before temperatures then do just gradually lift, initially across Wales, maybe with time into midweek, just rising temperatures a bit more extensively. How far that milder air gets into Scotland again is uncertain at this stage. It's likely that the Welsh mountains at least will see a thaw, and probably across northern England as well. And it might just be, even in Scotland, temperatures rise just above freezing, maybe temporarily to higher slopes. Some indications at the back end of the week do bring those temperatures and freezing levels back down again. In terms of forecasting the temperatures on the mountains, we'll often use a chart something like this. This is one of those classically reverse engineered forecasting charts. It's a constant pressure height, and this example is 850 millibars. Pretty standard in weather forecasting terms, that level. You've probably heard us talk about it before. Don't worry too much about the detail. Essentially, it's a meteorological contour map to all intents and purposes. The white numbered background, 120, 1,200 metres, and that immediately gives us the steer that we're talking about temperatures as shown here on the highest Scottish tops. -7 or -8 would be expected. This is for Saturday. Sunday is very similar as well. Add on the wind chill factor and feeling colder than -20 is very much in the forecast on the high tops. There's Saturday's synoptic chart then. The wind not especially strong, but squally at times, particularly across western Scotland around some of the showers. These of snow and hail, most frequent around immediate coastal districts, but a few will spread inland from time to time. Very few showers reaching the Cairngorms and more eastern parts of the Highlands. Few bands of showers running in from the Irish Sea into western parts of England and Wales. Maybe a more organised trough coming in across Wales through the course of the day. It's one of those stories across North England where you'll either get the showers or you won't. Some places a few bands will follow one after another. Not too far down the road you may hardly see a shower at all. Some of these though on the heavy side. It's a rather unstable atmosphere, so some hail mixed in and just an isolated chance of a rumble of thunder. Sunday's quite a fiddly one at the moment in forecasting terms. Little small-scale areas of low pressure spinning through the general system. We've got broadly low pressure in charge, but the fine detail is what's awkward, and a little trough or front coming through may well produce some more organised snow for several hours. Now, whether that's as far north as southwest Scotland or is more just confined to South Wales and southwest England, even at this distance, is open to some question. But there's the scope for some snow more widely for a few hours as Sunday daytime goes on. I think more across the Highlands, it's typically just a few showers concentrated around western coast, one or two flurries inland, but many places further east into the Cairngorms, again generally dry. Light winds around the centre of the low across the Highlands, maybe quite squally gusty conditions developing if that front does come into England and Wales. Not too much going on by the time we get to Monday. Again, some subtle details, maybe producing a few areas of snow or hail showers or flurries, but many places more likely dry with some sunshine, again widely frozen terrain, and some cloud breaks to higher tops at times. Tuesday is where we're starting to see changes developing again, a hard frost with light winds and clear skies overnight, 1 or 2 residual snow showers before the next fronts are coming in from the Atlantic. The timing of those somewhat uncertain. Expect these to come in from the west and the southwest as the day goes on though, so the risk of some snow turning up across western mountains, and that may be just going more to sleet and rain eventually across Wales. It may take until Tuesday night before any of that gets further into Scotland though. Just watch the timing of that one. Ahead of the front, a very clear day, a bright day, some sunshine and well broken cloud. I wouldn't trust the detail at this distance into the middle of the week. One front may decay away, the next one's trying to push back in from the Atlantic, the milder air eventually starting to arrive. Really, I think it's still a cold day at this stage for many. The detail in terms of where the fronts and the risk of snow has got to is very awkward at this stage though. One way or the other, I think it will be that milder push of southwesterlies that at least gets into England and Wales later in the week. Still areas of low pressure coming around off the Atlantic, so some further frequent precipitation, maybe some more unwanted rain across England and Wales. The scope for some further snowfall across Scotland though, particularly across more northern regions. We need to watch just how things develop later in the week. A lot to play for. Again, a battle of the air masses between milder air having a go from the southwest, still some cold air towards our northeast, and it wouldn't take much just to lead us back into colder air once again. Some indications just starting to build higher pressure around Scandinavia around next weekend, dumping low pressure in our southwest approaches. Again, it's that battle of the air masses and the scope for an awkward mix of rain, sleet and snow. So hopefully you can enjoy some of the snow that's around this weekend and into next week. Stay safe and stay local. That's been your MWIS Friday Planner in association with Ellis Brigham. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.